This is a review for Wolfcop 2, Another Wolfcop. Been waiting to see this one for a while. It's been on the back burner. I'm expecting fun. Do I get what I expected? Let's find out. Alright, gotta let everybody know right up front, this is gonna be a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen it yet, go back and check it out. That's right, gotta cover your eyes. Alright, you're here, which means you've seen the movie. Just so that we're on the same page, this kind of picks up a little while after the events of Wolfcop, and the town is now being revitalized by a brewery coming in, but of course, breweries run by shapeshifters with a nefarious plan, and it goes downhill from there. So we start off with likes, as always, and what I like most about this movie is that it pulled off a very difficult trick. Very difficult, and so this is it, and I've kind of touched on this before, but it's worth going into more detail here. Anytime that you're doing a sort of fun horror movie, or a horror, I don't want to say horror comedy, but a horror that has some comedic elements, you're towing a fine line, and it's a really fine line. It is very easy to fall over that line into ridiculousness. It's very easy to fall over that line into not fun. And the reason that it's such a fine line is because when it's done properly, which it was done properly in this film, the filmmakers and the writer and the actors, they all take it seriously, but they understand that it's not meant to be a serious horror film, like from the standpoint of like scary, ooh-ah. No, it's just fun. And that sounds easy, but it's really, really not. And there's countless examples out there. It's not a horror comedy. We're not going to be yucking it up, okay? But it's just fun. You go in, you start with a ridiculous premise. A werewolf that's a police officer. That is brilliant because that establishes right off the bat that you keep within that canon, within that idea, and you're pretty safe because it's not straight up comedy from the officer side of things, but it's not a straight up horror terrifying movie from possibly a werewolf standpoint. So you have the both. They juxtapose those perfectly, so I give massive credit to the writers and directors for pulling that off. It is not easy. The second thing that I like about the movie, and I don't care that it's just a scene in the movie. Normally we don't go on and on about scenes because that isn't very high level analysis, but I have to say, without question, the single greatest female werewolf sex scene of all time. Absolutely brilliant. Initially I was a little concerned it was going to be a one-trick pony joke because she has 6 boobs. Okay, that's a nice cheap little joke, but what do you got besides that? And they had a lot. All the different positions, all the different sounds, half the time she's in control, half the time he's in control, and then of course, absolute perfection was him going down on her. I was in tears. It was brilliant. She's so furry and hairy that you don't have to cut anything, and she's a werewolf. There's heightened everything, so he's all slimy on the side of his face. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It was funny and cool and fun. I think I've said before, but the other thing, and it's a minor thing, but brilliance and genius is liquor beer. Liquor beer? Liquor beer. Jesus Christ. Liquor donuts. Wow. It's early. Trust me. Liquor donuts. Okay, so, it's supposed to be I originally thought that this was actually taking place in a Midwest town. I didn't realize it was Canada the whole time. But anyways, you kind of having been to Midwest towns and knowing that it is the most singular, direct, and perfect thing in liquor donuts. You know, it just that is the diet, that is the raison d'etre, it's everything. I absolutely love it to death. Can't go on and on enough about that. So bottom line, love the fun. It's dislikes time, and I really actually didn't have much to, and admittedly they're kind of minor ones or a pet peeve, and the pet peeve is mine and mine not alone, but it's definitely mine, and it's this. Yes, okay, Kevin Smith is in the movie, and that's great. I do love and adore Kevin Smith, pre him getting onto pot. After that, ooh, man, come on. But anyway, side note. But here's my pet peeve. It's Kevin Smith playing Kevin Smith. And honestly, like, you know, I look at Cronenberg, and he's acted in his own movies as well as others, and he's not David Cronenberg. He's the character. So, again, it's cool we get Kevin Smith. It's a nice little insider nod thing. But really, you know, and if you can't be anything except Kevin Smith, then, you know, maybe you don't step in front of the camera. No, again, total pet peeve on my part. The second thing is actually more tantamount to the sort of canon of the Wolfcop movies. So they had shapeshifters in the movie that didn't shapeshift. Like, it was all about their little green monster baby alien things. And honestly, I really kind of like the way that was done in the first movie. Now, you run into your stereotypical traps with shapeshifters. They turn into the main character. You don't know who's who, that sort of thing. You know, and maybe they just didn't have the budget or the idea to do that. But by the same token, you know, it was probably a bigger budget in the first, and they pulled it off in the first. So, yeah, I could have maybe done with just a little bit more of that. Again, both minor things, but it did rub me the wrong way. All right, it is Pinhead time, and it occurred to me that it's a little bit difficult from the standpoint of it's not really technically fair to compare this to a Hereditary or, you know, a very, you know, serious. This is just supposed to be fun. If it's just fun you're looking for, then it's 5 Pinheads. But because I have to kind of judge it on all of its merits and worth and compare it to some of the other things, so that at the end of the year I can get kind of an amalgamation of what the year looked like, it was a blast. It was a lot of fun, very well done, so I'm going to give this 4 Pinheads, and of course, by myself. Did you get a vote? You want to vote? No vote? All right, because I'm by myself. This is going to be a full Pinhead movie. All right, I'm going to keep this simple. What did you guys think? Did you guys have a good time as I did? Please let me know in the comment section below, especially if you would like another Wolf Cop. Wolf Cop the Third? Wolf Cop Cube.